I will now speak only in spoken word renditions of "Shake That" by Eminem.
So you're gonna sing "Shake That"?
No, I'm going to do only spoken word renditions.
Oh, just like wasn't there a YouTube channel that did that, where it's like all just regular conversation but lyrics of a song?
That's like I think that's all he did was just he did spoken word versions of every song.
Didn't
Is
that
his content?
channel
It
get
was,
like nuked for it?
the dude was the legend. Okay, I don't need these dice or these dice right now. Currently,
These dice.
Indignant roll.
I don't need that die because it's over there now, and that's now the corner's die.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye, die.
Goodbye,
But this,
die.
I have this d6. Okay,
Ugh.
somebody pick on Kevin. Go for
It's-
it. Yes.
okay. Night Eye is going to kind of
That was.
poke them on the cheek.
I mean, that wasn't really something you had to do, but I mean, yeah, fuck it. There's a drooling Kevin.
She's never seen this affliction before. She has no idea what's going on.
Oh, I know this. My ma does that sometimes. When she'll just stand there and she'll just be standing there, and all of a sudden she'll just go.
Do you think that might just be because your mom's slightly retarded?
No, it's a legitimate thing that happens. She'll just stand there and drool.
Yeah, yes, mental health is a serious matter.
Is this
It must be
retarded
identified early.
contagious?
Last time I asked that, Ma hit me upside the head with with one of her slippers that she
No,
forged.
No. I hit my dad with a table in the face once.
How'd that turn out?
He just looked at me and he said, "That's not very civil, lady." Very rude. Anyways, if he's drooling, put a sock in his mouth. That way he doesn't drool so much he slips somebody.
Is it wise to block the air?
Okay, put a sponge under his tongue.
I think we might need.
I will-
Need a bucket.
I guess Nora will come upstairs. Okay, so I have returned away. Oh, son of a bitch.
You are also forbidden.
He does it every once in a while. You know how much negotiating I had to do to get this? And he'll raise up his right hand with what looks like a very large, fresh dragon's egg, and his wrist seems to be slightly glistening up to the elbow.
But I also got another question. What are we going
Yeah?
to do about the shield that's in his inventory that we're supposed to take to someone?
Oh, I have access. I can give it to her.
Alright.
She's huge.
I could tell. The shield itself is enormous.
Yes, wife. Funny name. Name means white. She's a very dark lady. Just comical when somebody has a name that doesn't correlate to their characteristics.
So, is there any way that they can fix this?
Fix what?
He's gonna motion to Kevin drooling.
Time. Time heals all wounds. Time
I
heals
think
all
my
wounds.
mom says we just have to wait it out.
Like a bad storm or a bad relationship. Must be
So
waited.
do we just
Well,
leave him here and put little signs around him, or do we move him somewhere?
okay. He's just gonna reach over and kind of pull Kevin's bag open and slowly set the very fresh egg in there. Go. Here we go. There.
If we look.
Now they'll follow like a dog. Oh, right. And then they'll reach into the inventory again and pull out the sizable shield. And they won't bother getting help. They'll just kind of slip an arm in on one strap and an arm in on the other, and lift it up like a backpack. Yep. Elon!
Right behind you.
I
And
hope so.
Beatrice will promptly begin following. And
Can't see anything back there. I hope they're following me.
Don't worry, we're following you.
I need to really wash my hand off. It smells. Yes, a few more minutes walking across the large, open. I guess you could say it's a yard that's in the back of the building. This enormous structure, but it does have very big walls around it. It's fenced in, but there's about 4 or 5 football fields worth of open space here. Hey. It's not hard, you know. You've seen the Grand Lancer all the way over there in their shiny armor, standing there, talking to the small recruits that they're with.
Is that nice?
Yeah, that's why. Whew,
Whoa.
heavy shield.
so
You know,
Beatrice, since she's right there, and can hear him, she's going to attempt to lift some of the weight to make it a little easier.
no thanks. It didn't help that much. Yeah. It
Maybe
was
we should
easier when.
have never mind.
Ooh, he's a little. Look at these. Noro has guided the drooling Kevin and children over to the large lady in armor. And then he'll just kind of catch his breath. I brought your thing. We're even now. And he'll flump over underneath the shield.
Is he going to be alright?
Fire assist.
I can't feel my calf muscles, but other than that, I'm dandy. Don't
So-
worry, it's not the first time I can't feel my calf muscles. It'll be fine.
So Beatrice is going to attempt to extract him from the shield so that he can get up on his own.
He's very comfortably stuck in the straps of the shield that he has his arms in. Ah!
She's trying to help him with.
Dayon will also assist in helping with the removal of the shield.
Why is she just going to stand there looking down at people struggling with her shield, silent?
This thing's heavy.
Noro, stop playing with the children. Fine. Nice. And you can just hear him whispering something. Don't fail me now, fancy beastie stuffs. Don't fail me. My arms need to work. Between the helping and then a sudden very large and uncomfortably dry, cool, scaly hand grasping it. Let's see who gets grasped by this weird grabby goo from under the shield. Theon gets a very large, it's big hand wrapped around wrist, and then they'll.
Ow! What's grabbing me?
That's me. Just calm down. It's very concerning because you can see this hand is huge, and it looks like it has nails that are about 2.5, maybe 3 inches long and sharpened to a T.
Ugh.
And then you can see another one of those hands reach out and push on the ground, and they'll press up. And there's the small male, the Kevin's assistant instructor, rising himself from the slumber, I guess, of his temporary prison. with what looks like arms that are about as long as most people's. Well, one arm, just one on either side. They're both about the size of or length of two arms. A good 6 feet each, and covered in that dark purplish scale, like some sort of lizard or frog.
Fion's gonna just like take a finger and just kind of follow the direction of the scales and just kind of stroke some of them.
Yes. Following up feels comfy. Stroking down, finger immediately getting caught and pricked. None of that. Don't. Why? Why would you? Why would you rub the mysterious scales you've never seen before?
Never said Fion was the smartest. Just like his mom.
I realized he could have been a real asshole when you asked what's grabbing me. He could have just started screaming like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
what's that?"
I hate doing this, but since it's not your job to help me, I figured I should help you. And I know I'm just a lazy instructor. I'm also temporarily. I've been assigned to assist, is what I should say. Since Kevin has a record of capability but inconsistent functionality in the brain.
I think I remember my ma telling a story about he did this for a few days and she
Hey.
collected his spit and
Hey, champ. Cool story. Put a pin in it. Save it for later. Irrelevant right now.
alright.
Okay, cool. We're gonna do that a lot, I feel like. And he'll let his hands return back to normal. Oh no, I ruined my well. I don't have to pay for it anymore.
Shall refrain from telling.
You can tell stories when I actually have time to care.
Changed.
Wow. It's like they know me. Are you done teasing the children? I've never done teasing children. Context! Never done. Here's your giant shield. In like a moment of you're all weak, all it takes is a single hand from this 6'8" woman clad in armor like some sort of tank created inside of a woman's womb. To just heft that shield up and set it on the comfy looking fitting rings. That's right, their back of their armor actually has what looks like almost like little hooks meant to hold on to the aura strap for their arm and support this big giant shield.
They don't just use the strap.
You underestimate the amount of strain this shield will put on a single strap. When we're talking big, we're talking like in thickness, it's about 1.5 feet.
Goodness. That is thick.
Hefty boy.
Well, there's a reason the class that they are is the type that's that they're the Muhammad Ali style of fighting. I'm just gonna let you tucker yourself out, then we'll talk.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, we didn't put an XP thing in here to track on the spreadsheet for people.
Yeah, we did.
Where's the XP?
It's, if you look over at the top, it should be column J up near the top. It doesn't have a fancy color or anything.
Experience
There's
accumulated.
a 0 and experience.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just blind. Thank you. Okay.
That is also where I keep the current stamina, HP, and mana, and I made it automatically calculate the percentage right next to that, just because why not?
Okay, so since Ivy's children were also sent off, because all of you had to get out of the house, none of you are allowed to stay there. This would be the time that you could, Fiona and them, and everybody could be reunited temporarily with Ivy's daughters. And sorry, if you hear random in the background, we got one of those rubber chicken squeaky toys for our dogs, and it's freaking hilarious. Yeah, the ones that scream at the animal instead of just make a noise. Yeah. Okay. So currently, what you're observing, you have the giant instructor that is Weiss. You have Chio and Ivy's other daughter. Who's Ivy's other daughter? Can't remember. Mitsu. Then you have where's my name list?
I should scroll down and see.
Okay. Then you have Izumi and Kaneko here. And there's only one male in this group of 6, and he
Bamels.
does not look very happy. He doesn't look like he's hateful or angry. He just looks disinterested in everything going on because it's not currently something beneficial to him. You're getting vibes.
Oh,
You're getting
the vibes were too strong.
The vibes are too strong. You're getting some vibes about him. Like you know who he might be, but you've never once met this guy. Bless you. He's got interesting tribal body art himself. And his hair is apparently, because color generator here has decided, it's kind of like a rusted color, and he has what looks like what is it called? A streak of some sort of. I'm not sure if I can picture this because my brain is the big dumb, but kind of like cinnabar in it.
Ginger.
No, he's very olive skinned. I'm guess technically he's a ginger, missing the freckles. Doesn't have green eyes though, so he's not a ginger. Got maroon eyes, apparently. I use a color generator to try and generate some of the random features people. Everyone's just sniffing and snorkeling. I hear that every now and then. What is?
It's the coof.
What is happening? It's the coof. Okay. But yeah.
Caught the coof again, third time this week.
Oh no. I think only Mitsu and Chio would know who this person is. But there you go. There's Beatrice and there's Chio in the same few feet of each other. Don't be weird. None of you be weird. The instructor's gonna have a conversation while you talk to each other.
I'm sorry. Once this machine is turned on, it can't be turned off.
Right.
Well, Beatrice, while everyone is busy, is going to give Mitsu and Chio hugs and greeting. And she's going to receive some head pats. Now, am I playing either of these characters, or are you playing them too?
You play yourself all you want. I'm just tracking people's stats so they don't die.
Bye. Observe mental notes on how these.
I need to get my voice mod back up and running so I can do slightly more treble-filled voices. That way I can sound more feminine. That way I can play the entire world and gender bend whoever I want.
Just like
I am a god.
The water's broken right now. You're gonna have to wait.
Dumbass. They're talking to their roommate. Anyways, I was also talking to their roommate with that insult. Sorry, it's instinctual. My bad.
Theon would walk over to gather. Hey, you did.
I am nominal.
So Chio's just going to continue rubbing Beatrice's head, like she just won't leave her head alone. And she's just going to grin at Fiona. I'm doing well. Mitsu is just silent and nodding.
How are... Yes, you there, on the other end of... How are you?
I'm not sure exactly who she's talking to.
I think she's trying to talk to the one male that's ignoring them.
I mean, she was directing that at, fuck, I already forgot their name.
Theon.
Yeah.
Fionn. And then when she didn't get a reply, she deftly pivoted to somebody in the general
It's like,
same
"Okay,
line sight.
Landon,
Well, I didn't know we didn't know who you're talking to.
The room! Help them!
The room. It's not from this place.
So Chio's going to turn her attention to Fionn, and she's going to reach out a hand and begin doing the same thing to him that she's doing to Beatrice. She just kind of starts rubbing his head, just giving
The big
scritches.
floofy mane.
Oh, I forgot he had that big floofy mane. Yes, she's going to be all over that mane.
You just see him just dignantly purring.
Purring but looking grumpy about it. And you?
Good. Let's get a brush for this thing.
Oh, so it's gonna rain. Oh.
What?
I don't know. Fiona has locked eye contact with the other male, but he's not saying anything. Is he possibly about to get his shit slapped? Ugh. Wow, he
So
won't even give a hello. He doesn't talk much. I can't get him to say anything. Speak words. See, he just makes noises indignantly at me. How am I supposed to tutor him? I don't know. Bribe him. How do I bribe a teenager or a young man? Oh, gee, I don't know. How do you bribe a young man? Well,
Food?
women and women of a different species. Older, just a woman. Try that. It doesn't work. Try men. That doesn't work. Find a stable hand with loose morals. Eventually.
Have you
Noro.
tried giving them a sword?
He has a weapon. He doesn't need a weapon.
So Beatrice is going to turn to him, and I've got some jerky left if you want some. Or, well, some meat.
Yeah.
Okay, then. And so she'll pause for a moment, and then she'll just kind of offer her hand. I'm Beatrice, by the way.
Let's see. Mix the dice up. Okay, I know which dice to look at. Ah! They'll accept a handshake, but you won't get a name.
Just roll all of your dice.
I did, and then I looked at the type of dice that I wanted, which was the D6 here.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to roll all of my dice and pick one with a favorable result.
Right?
Pseudo
Warhammer fans can do it, so can I. I was just too lazy to take the die out. Fine, it's in my hand. I'll re-roll. Same result. Handshake, no name. Very firm handshake. You feel like they're trying to very gently hold back from crushing your hand. It's kind of like shaking hands with Bonnie, except Bonnie will actually continue to squeeze because they don't pay attention. Oh,
I
look, the
see.
butterfly.
Well, she will. She will just politely keep the handshake as long as what seems sociable, and then she'll let him have his hand.
Why? I'll look at glitter that for some reason has popped up on his hand. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I'm not the glitter type.
Ugh.
And she'll look at her own to see if she has ended up with glitter as well.
You don't have glitter, but for some reason he does.
So do they get
Well,
particularly excited about going to face the lords of far-off lands that have stolen princesses?
Are we going to be doing that?
yeah, well, I technically, yeah, yes, but since Kevin's currently suffering from his syndrome, I guess I will have to find us the first quest. I'm good at picking those. You're horrible at picking those.
We won't be fighting rats, right?
How strong do you think you are? How weak do you think animals are? Creatures, regardless of their level, can kill you. And I know a lot of people on the wall of Memoriam that have the shame of death by a giant rat. Next to feral goblin tribes and just feral tribes of anything in general, giant rats are probably one of the biggest killers of new players in the world. The new warriors, the younglings that sometimes wind up getting slaughtered.
This is why I was asking. I did not want to be slaughtered by a rat. I would much prefer a different creature.
I think I'll get slaughtered.
Hold on. I just figured out what's wrong with him. He's just socially shy. Don't be socially shy. Civility. Wait, I don't know if that works here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that
Could.
fits this situation.
I could.
She'll pull out a little notebook of hers and just flip through the pages. Civility, hostility, regality,
Disability?
anonymity, inevitability. That's a good word, but not applicable.
I would laugh if that's all her little journal there is about is just single individual words like that.
Okay.
Mobility?
Hospitability. There's a lot of hospitability here. Ugh. Uh, I
Do you think perhaps he doesn't language?
it's I don't like people.
Oh, that's totally understandable.
I don't like people. They're they're weak. Waste my time. Words waste time. People like words. People waste time. I see an aspiring young adventurer. Harnessing baggage with the eagle equal to a silver. Wonderful. Well then, alone, we shall go this way. Weiss, do you have a job? Yes, we have a job with. And then she'll reach into her little inventory. You know, that sight you're all used to of somebody just kind of tucking their hand into a bag and then pulling something out with that little glitter of like almost whitish colored dust, like dispersing vapor, or not vapor, but like spark. And they'll pull out the scroll, unfold it, and then nod. It seems that we have a job that is going to take us and have us dealing with a few bandits. A very simple quest just to take on minor level bandits. Currently, most of the Rust Browns are being dealt with, so. So they're getting a bronze early. That's lucky. Well then, I have to find you a bronze too. I'm secretly not stalling for time until your instructor snaps out of it.
Tried splashing them with water.
We once had a Yadra take their hood off and stare at them.
Yeah,
I Yandra. Yeah. Big, tall, scary lady with the robes. Really? Do you? Yeah, it's been like 2 hours. How'd you forget? What do you get the memory of a water bug?
I think I got me. I think I got me brains from me mom.
Did you? Did your dad play Meet the Baby a lot?
Well, haven't per se.
Okay, does one of them have a penis?
I
Then that's the dad. Simple as that. Regardless, I'm sure there are tons that would still call them mommy, though, so you gotta be careful.
Jeez.
And just meanwhile, in the distance, just you can hear it on the wind. As the wind goes, you can hear. Just literally about a quarter of the day away. Just what the hell are you laughing for, Mom? I don't know. I just got the need to chuckle maniacally. Shut up. Okay, fine. But only because I want to. Back to the group. Noro will round his children up and just push Kevin along. That's Weiss. Does something.
Beatrice will extract her head from Chio's scritches and follow along, leaving Chio to have both hands available for scritching Fion's mane.
Just arbitrary.
And the male who does not like to waste words will just kind of point at Fionn and then point at the leaving group.
Oh, right. Do all the hats and all. I got. Go.
No touch. Don't ever touch me.
So Gio will finally reluctantly let go of the mane and then just kind of give him a shove to move it along.
Yeah. And he's gonna jog to catch up with his.
All right. We got him to speak words. That's reason enough for me to buy you children alcohol. I actually think I'm going to buy you alcohol too, mostly because I've got to find you a bronze, and I need you to be occupied long enough for me to find you a bronze that won't get your toes cut off. So, everybody will re enter through the big door, big back door, and be led back down into the lobby, or down the stairs into the lobby, all the way over to the other half down there where the request board is. Over in the same area where your administration and entry is. And then you can see it on the back wall. A large board, about 40 or so feet wide and about 20 feet tall, with hundreds upon hundreds of what looks like things just posted up there, all neatly with fancy little pins. Okie dokie. Bottom row, first up from the bottom. Boop. Oh, let's see. Menial labor, 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 menial. Treasure hunt, maybe. Labor, menial labor, menial labor. Kill some wolves, possibly. Menial labor, menial labor, menial labor. That right there is. Nope, that request goes on the other board. It goes on the optional board. Somebody take this one off. This one's talking about polishing.
Polishing what?
Oh, my bad. And one of the attendants will walk up and depost the job and walk over and put it on another, much smaller board that has a very pretty pinkish framing to it. Well, it looks like little hearts and such.
So Beatrice is kind of curious. She's watching from afar and with a little look of ah.
As you peer at it, you can see pop up in your vision a big red X that says "must be must qualify."
Yeah, basically, that was a noise of I know what those are.
Okay, so
Did they say something about a treasure hunt?
I think we might
Yes, I heard
treasure
that too.
particulars this treasure hunt, and you can see him kind of waving into the air as he scrolls through these, and you can tell it's swiping one way, goes back, swiping one way, goes forward, and he'll actually kind of tap the air when he finds one that he wants to inspect a little bit closer. All right, pull that in.
So I got a quick question about this floating menu system.
It's like it's in your eyeballs.
No, not that. Can you take like a screenshot and have it floating off to the side to compare it to stuff?
You can have it when inspecting specific things, but it's not like you have a bunch of. Basically, think of it like this: how a screenshot system works is just like how your memory works. You lose focus on it, you'll forget it.
Okay.
But you can have a screenshot when inspecting things and to compare things. It gets easier the higher your perception would be, which your perception, as you know, increases with your brain powers.
Yeah, I don't got the big
Yes.
brains. I have average brain.
Average brains is okay. Okay. Actually, you guys all start well below average at 20 across the board. The average is about 70.
Oh wow, thanks.
You're noobs. You're fresh beginners.
Well, so we're also uneducated country bumpkins too.
I mean, not entirely. Everyone's uneducated in the ways of the world, no matter where they come from. Like, this isn't talk about like your formal education here. This is all about your applicable educations. They don't give a fuck. I have 5 degrees and went to 200 lectures. Great. What's that got to do with cutting this dragon's nuts off, though? Oh, I got it. He can lecture us on where to find the seam.
Basically, how it feels to become an engineer. This is a stupid idea. After college, I can mathematically prove this is a stupid idea.
Pretty much.
Okay. So, the treasure hunt is warning. Next estimated duration of job 1 day to completion. Recommended party size 3. Look at that. Ranking bronze. Estimated enemies encountered anywhere from 5 to 1 whole dozen. Estimated average enemy level 7 to 16. Okie dokie. Pay will be a whopping 4 bronze.
Who posted this job?
This job was posted by a small landowner outside of the city limits in the farmlands. He believes that his grandfather had buried treasure somewhere and requests that the guild take on the dangerous task of entering the infested woods behind his homestead in search of it, and in exchange for uncovering it, any non essential family heirlooms, such as belongings of his grandfather, things like that, will be donated to the guild. Donations of the guild will include things like relics, artifacts, treasures, and 1 item of pick per party member involved as personal payment for retrieval of possible family heirlooms. Okay.
I suppose that's to make up for the paltry earnings for the job then.
Possibly. Remember, we don't have a fixed rate for menial labors. We keep it reasonable so the average peasantry citizen, as some would call them, can afford the services of the guild. And it's very minuscule earnings, yes, but most of the people that would normally take this kind of job are very inexperienced in and of themselves.
And it seems fairly reasonable to keep it available to your ordinary citizen.
Yeah, and then eventually you'll get to like that level, and he'll point up to a gold quest, which you can't even see the recommended level of the enemies because it's just question marks, and the time says estimated time of completion 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks. Pay 4 gold coins.
Plus your question marks and time it'll take to complete.
Oh, that's because you're too low level to understand that the levels of those enemies there are very dangerous, which means they're over 25 levels above you. Yes. Oh, I have a message that I have to listen to because it's relevant. Be right back.
Alright.
So she's going to kind of look over at Fionn and she's like, "You haven't seen my mom in a bad mood, have you?"
Seen her I've seen her in a good mood where she picked me up and nearly crashed in my spine.
Oh, yeah.
It was from the Derg, by the way. I was listening to that. He made it home, but then as soon as he got home, his dad needed help with his truck, and he's gonna try and make it quick.
Okay.
But his dad's the kind of person that if you don't help him, he'll piss and moan about 2 weeks down the road for that same reason. Like, he won't just be mad about it then and move on. He'll keep being mad about it because he's, oh, woe is to me. Nobody helped me. Stop being a lazy fuck. Okay.
The treasure quest sounds interesting. What's the other one?
Mostly all of the other ones that are currently in the posting that aren't being waited upon, which is something you can do is if you have the right people, they can send you a missive letting you know of new jobs posting of a specific category, and then you can put them to the side for when you return, if and only if you've already completed multiple jobs successfully. It's based off of an inter-guild credit system. More on that later. Um, Most of them, however, are menial labor. Things like cutting up firewood and pest control, uh, farming, mining for people, things like that.
Those all sound interesting in their own way.
True. There are the young adventurers who are just grateful for every single opportunity they get. Then there are the young adventurers who demand that they be thrilled and enlightened 1000% of the time and wonder why they're completely and totally failing to do it at all.
If we were to chop wood, I'm sure we could collect some interesting carving materials and learn how to make sculptures. Mind, I'm sure would let us keep any of slag and offshot. Went hunt, vermin, make a decent meal.
See? These are the
Chopping
values
wood
that are.
and
Yes.
with chopping wood and mining, we could build up a strength. Heavy lifting.
Technically, you would build up your profession of woodcutting, but yes.
I'm sure if we go on long trips, we would be able to swiftly process wood.
You will need information and everything. There is a world of possibility. I've been here alive in this place for quite a while, and I still haven't actually achieved all of my goals, but that's because mostly I don't really have a goal in life. That way I avoid disappointment when I inevitably don't reach it.
Expectations are low, you'll never be disappointed.
Exactly.
I have no opinions on which job we take.
Well, treasure hunt? Or pest control? Or I could see if there's a bandit one. People like fighting bandits. They usually have good stuff, and you usually get to keep all their stuff.
Bandits are also usually intelligent.
Some of them.
That proved rather challenging. That and the treasure hunt both sound quite intriguing.
I'll tell you
I
what.
think we should go with the treasure hunt.
Okay, so we will request that. Now, it's quite simple to request a job. It takes tact and patience. Nikki, get the fuck over here! Ah! You want? I would like that job, dear. That one, right there. Yes, that one. No, over. No, no, yeah. I'm messing with that one. Completely other row. Very confused elven lady. Thank you. Don't actually do that unless you know them, like I do. There's a very strict anti-harassment policy at all branches of the guild.
Fair enough.
And if somebody touches you anywhere that you don't find appropriate, report that to administration too. Just because you're an adventurer doesn't mean you can be a savage. Did you know that the hypotenuse is the seaside equal in length, both the width and the overall circumference of the A and the B side?
I don't believe
What?
circumference factors into that equation.
Shut up. I know.
Hey, what's it? What?
A hypotenuse is the longest side of an isosceles triangle.
Fiona's just gonna kind of nod.
An isosceles triangle, it looks like if you were to take a diamond and break it in half and then throw the other half somewhere because it's not important.
You throw away half a diamond.
It's a
This is
metaphor.
expensive.
It's not literal. It's figurative.
Well, if you think about it, if you cut a diamond in half, now you have a sharper point.
True. Anyways, we have our quest, and he'll rattle it around in the air and then stick it. How he puts things in his inventory is just very casual, just kind of pushes it into his belly and it poofs. Okay. Drilling Kevin, that's fine. We can charter a wagon. I am not walking. I've had to carry him once before. He's very heavy. Very heavy, and his ass claps all the time. It makes me get concerned when I'm walking down the road.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to pay my portion of.
That's fine, I'll pay for you. I have money. Thankfully, I have money that was procured around the same time that I acquired that egg.
Where did you get that egg?
Hard work, determination, and minding my business.
I get the message.
Snake on the steering, eh? And he'll
You're
look
not
back to
scared.
the group. No, not you.
And she'll just kind of, Beatrice will kind of like, who are you talking to?
Nobody, don't worry. Alone! And he'll gesture once more to start heading towards the door.
She will bounce along behind him.
Wait, did you get supplies?
Supplies?
Weapons and food and drink, medicine, potions.
Well,
You know,
I got a bow and arrows.
I've been surviving off of foraging fairly well so far.
alone up the stairs.
So she'll turn and follow him up the stairs.
Yeah.
I buy shall as well when they walk past.
He'll take the group over to all the shops again, and this time he'll ignore all the fancy weapon shops and everything that have been trying to lure people in, and head over to the small little supply shop. Okay, nope, no, don't you look around, but answer is no. And he'll walk over to the counter and begin placing the order of everything that he's going to require, while the hoodlums look about like children in a candy store. Let's see. It's very nice, neat, organized, multiple shelves, multiple rows of shelves, just like all the other ones. This one's got all kinds of stuff. Tents, sleeping bags, looks like a bunch of bottles of varying colors, shapes, and sizes, books, parchment, pin, rope, diet rope, extra rope.
Rope?
Is there middle rope?
There is metal rope, also known as chope.
So,
Hmm?
Beatrice is gonna kind of look over at him. Well, we need to get our own sleeping bags and such.
You will definitely need to get that, but not right now.
Oh, okay. And so she will inspect the sleeping bags and such, but she will not touch anything. She learned very quickly as a kid to not touch things. I'm sure Fiona did too, especially in the forge. Like, don't
Yeah.
touch that, you'll get slapped. Ow, it's hot. Yeah, I'm getting slapped too.
Fiona's keeping his hands to himself.
Naibai just has their hands behind their back looking around, inspecting the various foods.
The various foods.
Foods, supplies.
Mm. A lot of dried, prepared meats. Very easy to deal with. Seems to be a section powered by magic that's got a lot of cooled supplies in it. That has big labels warning that it must stay at X temperature or you get the sick face because it's fresh. There's many of consumable there. There's entire wheels of cheese or little cuts of cheese, pre-prepared simple sandwiches straight from the mess and other things like that. There's fishing poles. There's what looks like some compasses, a few basic maps of the general region, personal journals and things like that that one might need. But the important things are definitely what are being currently bought.
Theon's
Theon's
gonna
gonna
have a
what?
look at the fishing poles.
Varying shapes and sizes and length. And next to the fishing poles, there look to just be straight the fuck up harpoon options. Which literal harpoons with length of rope attached to them. And some harpoons that are much bigger, obviously meant for much bigger creatures with literal chains attached to them.
Fishing
Okay.
poles, are they cane rigged or are they reel rigged?
There is cane and reel, varying prices, obviously.
How much is? Does it have price tags on
Everything has a price tag and an item and a stack size.
Everything has a price tag, even you.
it? I hope not.
On the black market, you do. Kidneys. Okay. Well, what do you want to know?
The price of one of the simple like real rods.
Ah, yes. A very easy, comfy 12 bronze.
It's not bad. I have to look into that next time.
And then you get to like one of the first of the reeled ones, 25 silver. And then one of the bigger, fancier reeled ones, 3 gold. And then one of the extremely expensive reeled ones. You don't know because they're not here.
Naibai will lean over. It'd be cheaper just to buy some thread and a couple of hooks.
Oh, hey, look, harpoons. I used to use those all the time.
Also, I might get a chance. I might do what Kevin does. Keep a
Drool?
journal of everything. No. Keep a journal of keep a journal of everything.
Oh, excuse me. That party that you had met with Weiss. It was Ivy's daughter, and only right. Somebody else's daughter was in that party. I remember who. Don't worry.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
It's Ivy's 2 daughters, somebody else's daughter, and somebody else's son.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And Weiss wasn't their instructor. It was somebody else's, but I guess she.
Regardless, I don't know. I had to find the list. I kind of lost the list because I wrote it physically. No, the revised one.
Okay, I have a list here. And
Well, I'll get it later.
I forget the name of that other daughter. It's like I know Ivy's, but I'm drawing a blank on the other one.
That's
I don't
okay.
know if you even told me actually.
Don't die. Don't die trying to figure it out. I will too.
Anyway, I'm sure I could scroll back through the conversation about the party later on.
God, my mouth. Okay.
Alright, let's make progress.
Later.
Yes, forward progress.
God.
We've spent 2 sessions in this guild hall. Let's go!
It's because you're all inconsistent.
We're all
Okay.
idiots, I get it.
See, Noro has bought everything. Okie dokie. 15 health potions, 15 mana potions, 15 potions of stamina, 2 anti-paralysis potions, 2 antidotes, wake up potions, also known as accelerants, because, yeah, but wake up potions. Bandages, sutures, and all manner of thing, burn salve, warming salves, base powder. What is this? What is this called? I can't ever remember your name. Regardless. Moisturizing cream for when you get charred up and eroded with magic or something. Okie dokie. That's everything we need. Oh, also, everybody has a fresh sandwich that will last probably like a day and a half if you leave it in the wrapping. Worth noting. And I've also got a few dried foods that'll last for several weeks, but on that one. Okay, now we have supplies and everything, so nobody dies. And okay, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit. Fuck. 5 more. And I'll go back and buy 5 more important potions of each. Alright, and I'll hand over 5 health to each of you children.
Okie dokie. So
These
5
are
health potions.
basic health potions give you 12% of your HP back. Which
And
seems
then,
like a lot, but it's not.
how much does the stack go up to?
For HP potions?
Yeah.
99.
9. Okay.
I'm sure there's a code reason for that.
Yes. Drop.
Hoarding players running into boss fights way too high level for.
Yeah, true. Wait, hold on. Is it 99? Okay, it's 999 for the basics. Excuse me. Just noticed that in this drop box. My bad. It's a good thing I caught it.
And
Okay.
how many inventory slots does that take up? One.
1 per stack. They're small. Very small. Round. Squish, squish. Don't crush. Hurt hand.
Hurt hand, then heal hand.
True. Okay.
Alright,
And then
restore 12% max HP.
you'll also get 5 mana potions and 5 stamina potions. The mana potions will always restore 8% of your mana. And the stamina potions will always restore 10% of your stamina. Or the basics will.
Did you say
More into that.
5% of your mana for the mana potions?
8.
8.
Ocho. Bueno.
And then 10% for the stamina.
I'm
I think.
hoping Shadow's tracking that too.
I'm entering. Sheet.
So, okay, we have 5 HP potions, and what else?
Mana and stamina potions as well.
Right? Just 5 of each?
I have the stat over here too. Yes. Just 5 of each of those.
Okie dokie.
All right, quantity. Beat his ass!
So after putting away her potions, Beatrice will be attempting to straighten her hair back. As it has been super ruffled.
Okay, there we go. That's keeping track of that. Good. Okay, now. That's not all you got. You were each given one. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're giving one antidote, which can cure all stacks of poison.
What's the max text size for that? 999.
Yes, you will need it. Okay, after that, since I'm doing this, I'm statting at the same time as you. You will get what's there. The antiparalytics are known as stimulants. So it keeps your muscles going. Okay. Those have the same value there.
How many are we getting?
One,
One, okay.
it will get rid of all of your. Basically, that's what you use to treat any sort of affliction like crippling or immobilized. Yeah, my leg. My leg's asleep. Drinks. Yay! Shit! Oh no, that wasn't because of sleep. Oh no! Anyways, don't mind me. I'm hard. I'm just gonna call it a pick me up in my inventory, but you can call it what you want. And it basically keeps you from not being the sleep and the dead, because it's like concentrated caffeine coursing through your veins. An anti-sleep potion, but pick me up's what I'm calling it.
Wake up. Why don't you put on a little makeup? Why are the ketchup on the table?
Why is there mustard everywhere?
Well, I don't think you trust.
No, I do not.
It just leaves it there. I don't think you trust.
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
anything else?
Yes! Bandages. Just gonna keep sharing the same values. Those have many a usage. Many a usage.
This
This
gameplay is about as exciting as filling out an Excel spreadsheet.
I'm gonna cut your fucking nose. Literally everything has fucking some sort of massive chance to just hurt you permanently, and I'm trying to prevent that. And you're like, oh, it's too slow.
I'm, I'm just trying to make some commentary so that the YouTube video isn't just like some people's day job.
All right. Okay. So, well, what's worth noting here, children, is that no matter how many supplies you buy, you will inevitably die because you didn't have enough supplies. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, there's always something you could have brought along.
Exactly.
I should probably respond in character, huh?
No, it doesn't matter. Teacher doesn't care. You're all going to die anyways.
From the party's perspective, teacher just didn't bother to wait for a response.
Okay. So, you've got your basic health potions, your basic mana potions, your basic stamina potions, your antidotes, your stimulants, your anti-sleeps, your bandages, your sutures, those are just regardless. Your burn salves, your warming salves, and your moisturizers. Right! The one thing that they are out of, so sorry in advance, are the, how do I say this? The grounding tablets. Pop a couple of them, they ground you a little bit, make the electricity hurt less. But we got the pick-me-ups, obviously the anti-sleep, that's good. Bandages, they have many uses. Helping with minor bleeding is good. Sutures, severe bleeding. I think it's like, bandages can get rid of 5 stacks. A suture can get rid of 10 stacks of bleeding. It hurts. Burning salve basically gets rid of any sort of afflictions you get after being set on fire. Obviously, warming is after being set on cold. Moisturizer is this world has a delightful affliction called eroded, brought on by the annoyance that is wind. But there you go. You have enough supplies. And your food. Hopefully, you don't die. Your fresh sandwiches only take up a minor slot.
Not bad.
Yes, I got varying ones, and no, I didn't care to ask your favorite flavors. You just got the flavors that I randomly picked out for you. So you got ham, you got ham, you got ham, you got ham, and I got roast beef.
But I wanted punch flavor.
Okay, well, there's an apple, and Bonnie has a fist. I do have pretty big fists, don't I? Hmm. Oh, and dried spiced beef for Bonnie, and dried. What is this? Hmm. Salmon. Who wants the dried salmon? Slightly salted.
I do.
Okay, there you go. Of course. Fucking cat.
Yeah, about to say.
Just like a cat.
Here is lightly salted dried pork for you, Beatrice.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just gonna stick this, and they'll just kind of stuff a meat log into Kevin's inventory.
Meat log into an inventory. Okie dokie.
Okay, and Nightbite, I got you. Oh, it's chicken. Baka. Do you want the chicken, or do you actually want one of the fruit logs that they have that are dried?
I'll take the dinosaur meat.
Okay, here you go. Here's your yard bird. It's slightly seasoned with lemon and pepper flakes, so you have all your goodies. Now, Alon again.
Fion Alonzi.
No. Alon. Alon. Alon.
Hello.
Alon.
What do you keep saying my name for? There it is.
Oh,
I've been saying that all day, just wondering if he'd get pissed off. Bye! And then Noro will leave with his little group in tow, leaving the very small, angry goblin standing there confused. You are being led on a treasure hunt, and it's not very hard for him to take you to get a carriage, because they're on property, or out property, right outside at the stables.
Wow, carriage, fancy.
Solely because of the city you're in. It doesn't stay this fancy forever. Joy while it lasts!
Me blessed with the knowledge of researching all of the different pre-1900s vehicles. Like, carriages were actually really fucking pompous.
Yep. Super pompous.
My favorite is still the one with just like 2 wheels specifically made to be hitched to a pony, where the wife would pile in with all 18 of their children and literally have to balance it.
Mm-hmm.
It was Kevin awakens.
So Kevin would awaken just as Noro was leading everyone out the door, because he's been caretaking for them and trying to get them on their merry way.
Oh boy.
Oh, whew, he woke
going
up.
on a treasure hunt.
Friends, we're leaving someone behind.
Yeah, Kevin kind of sit up and be just kind of sitting there with his head in his hands, just
They appear to have collapsed.
Who collapsed?
Wait a minute, what's doing what's going?
I'm a good tutor. Who collapsed?
Our other tutor.
Kevin's fine.
He is sitting with his head in his hands.
I haven't drinking enough water. My bad.
Oh, by the way, Kevin, took the shield out of your belongings, gave it to Wise. Children got to meet Wise. I put the fresh egg. It's not poached and or boiled. You have to do it yourself. It's very fresh. Don't ask where it came from. And oh, right, I put a log of dried chicken meat in your inventory.
Oh, this is good. Thank you very much.
Yes, same standardizations apply. Both the egg, well, because it's a unique egg, it's only got like the one of them. So the one, it's just a fresh dragon egg, very delicious. You can make it yourself. It won't hatch anything, so don't worry. No matter how warm you get it. And the
Perfect. That'd be
chicken
awkward.
is quantity of one in stack shape, 99 in stack value. That's standard fare.
What'd you say on the egg again?
It's okay. I've been making them do Excel too.
Yeah.
Okay. The egg is a stack size of 1, and it only has a 1, and it has a max stack of 1.
So it's just a one all the way across.
One all the way across.
And for the chicken is nan.
He's nan and the maximum stack.
Are the sandwiches 99 or are they just or 999?
They're a 99.
Wait, why am I getting? I
Yes.
forgot to make that a 1.
Oh right. Fuck. Nora also bought you one of your favorite sandwiches, the fresh fried egg and ham such sandwich. Yes, he put that, and it's the one with a thick slab of cheese on it. He put that in your inventory as well.
It's not in inventory. It is currently in Kevin's mouth.
That's a Kevin thing. Somebody puts random sandwich in inventory. How?
He just has a macro so that it auto eats
Feeds.
auto feeds
Auto-equip.
auto equip sandwich. Mash each button.
Auto yomp, as it were.
Neural likes feeding Kevin.
Just happy snake
Right,
noise.
how big will it get?
Yeah, that's a fast way of getting yourself poisoned, friend.
All right. I have them a simple little bronze quest picked up. Very easy. My sway. They almost made an oopsie, and got to find out early about the special request board. So that aside, it's a treasure hunt. I've already charted you that, and he'll point to the wagon behind you, which seems to be pulled by a very interesting horse. Very big horse.
Big
Single horse that's pulling this. This is a bicorn.
No, fancy.
Oh, he's a good boy. Ah! Fucking bit me.
That's a good boy, not you.
If you're mad about us gelding you, that's exactly why.
Yeah, maybe it's like what some of the more feline species do. They get kind of nippy when they like you.
No, he just gets pissed off.
Oh, we'll flick him in the nuts next time you walk by.
That's the why we gelded him. Because he's pissy.
Oh.
He's probably pissy because we gelded him. It's a vicious cycle to be a pet owner, really.
God, I'm
That's
not
why
a
I
pet.
just...
Jeepers.
I don't know. You know what? What's their name?
You know, we don't need to talk about that. Let's go on this mission and get some training done.
Yeah. I'm going to do everything that a senior officer should. I'm going to sit in this carriage all the time while you guys do all the work, and I will give you my supervisory explanation of why you did wrong. Come on, now.
Sounds like a pretty good way to learn.
Yep, learning how the hierarchy works. You do all the work, so I don't have to.
Beatrice will climb inside.
Fiona will climb in.
You all climb in, and then Bonnie. Huh. My dad has a fancier carriage than this.
To be fair, he is as big as a carriage to a carriage.
Hey, don't make fun of him just because he's big. He is
I
a
was not making fun.
sweethearted man.
He's easily one of the nicest people I've met. And there's no fun being made. He's just large.
Somewhere across the world. I feel pride and also the urge to cry, but I won't because it's a trap.
Is his settlement still being accosted?
It's something's going on over there. Don't worry about it. It's all I know.
Don't worry about it.
I got this. Don't worry about it. I got
God.
this. Rolls
I just
dice.
realized Kevin has no money currently.
Don't
Oh
worry.
yeah, he does.
When you haven't generated a content area yet, don't worry about it.
That's okay. No, hold on. I had the random values here. Okay.
Did the thingy go? I must
Ah.
find it. It can't be that. There it is.
There you go. I sent a telegram. I had that up earlier today. Well, earlier this week, technically. There's Kevin's monies that he just has lying around in his belongings.
Well then,
Thank you. Because,
He,
I mean, you could have written it off as kind of a dumbass with money, but, you know, I do appreciate
he's okay.
the funds.
I was
Okay.
like, shit. I just wrote a bunch of die. I was like, fuck, what would he have? Like, he's been doing this for a while. He has to have some money on him. I mean, Noro just has enough that he just bought supplies for these weeks. Half a day goes by, and you're out the town. And then you all promptly get basically kicked out of the carriage by Noro. All right, there's the woods. There's the farmstead over there. Go talk to the elderly man if you need any information, and if not, go to the woods and just start hacking away.
Right, well, I am gonna go talk to the old, see if I can get any kind of information about any clue, at least what direction. What was it, grandpa?
His
Yeah, about this.
grandfather's
Yeah, I think you said it was his grandfather's potential treasure.
potential. Yes.
And this is where Kevin is starting to take notes and is going to walk off with Fionn.
Leon will walk up to the farmhouse.
alright, good luck.
Don't go too far. I
No.
don't want to have to run.
Get out. Get out.
Not you, them. Let's go get the info and then go catch up.
Noro has
Right.
kicked everybody possible out and shut the carriage. Private time.
Beatrice is following right behind Fionn and Kevin.
I don't have ammo. What fuck?
Oh, right. Oh, well.
Naibai will keep the party in, what is it? Fuck. Eyesight? Eyesight.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, and they will
Nor-
take in their surroundings.
Noro, like, what did I forget to give Kevin? Just,
So, and about that time, he would put his notebook away and start gonna run run the cylinder on his cannon lens. Oh fuck! I'll just go ahead and stow that. Pulls out his little 6-inch utility knife. Let's go.
Knock on the front door of the farmhouse.
the door gets open, and you realize, hey, look, demi-humans. These seem to be Avis? Bird people. This one is a brown falcon. Hmm. Can I
So,
help you?
Beatrice will wave cheerfully and say, "Are you the one that was that put in for the quest about the? I suppose you could just call it a treasure hunt."
That would be correct. Yes, that was I. That was me.
Then we are here to help.
It's not here at this house.
Well, we came to see if you had any general information about where you think it might be, or if it's just somewhere.
All I really know is he said that he hid something, left something for us in the woods behind our homestead. The issue is, it's infested with creatures that I can't really go and take care of because I have two daughters, both of whom are barely out of their hatchings, so I can't leave them here unattended, and I most certainly won't take them with me. What I do know is he said he left it somewhere. Something to do with the dewdrops. I don't know what that means particularly, though. Uh, somewhere where the dewdrops fall. I don't know what that means. That's my best guess. He did say it would be within a day's worth of labor. So my guess is it's within few hundred or so yards of my home.
Right. Thank you very much. We'll get started right away.
Take all the time you need. There's a spigot out back if you need water. Now shut the door. Well,
So,
that was
Yeah.
interesting.
so,
Then I suppose we should probably get started.
Let's
so
go back and
what
get our.
does?
Shut up! Sorry. Okay. What are you trying to say, Dark?
I'm just trying to ask what Naibai might see in their surroundings.
Nothing damning currently. I will keep you updated, however.
See a home and trees.
That's pretty accurate. And your
And a
retarded
carriage.
friends standing on a porch.
All right. Do we get dropped off in front of the house or to the
You
side?
are
Or...
adjacent to the right side of it at a 38-degree angle in the road on the other side of the fence that marks off the homestead's boundary.
All right.
To have got in it, you would have had to walk around the fence and entered through the front walk/driveway.
Well, seeing as nothing particularly stands out here, Naibai is going to make their way back to the party and ask if they found out anything.
Yes, it's in the wood around the homestead here. He said something about somewhere where the dew drops fall. It should be within, I suppose, a day's work of searching, or it's fairly close by.
Is this a particularly mountainous region or is it more flat?
Here, currently, it is deciduous forest in this region.
Okay. So we're
Thick and ripe with all manner of life.
All right, so I will be right back.
Okay.
I'm going to take this moment to wander back to the carriage. Discuss amongst yourselves where you think it could be, and we'll start going with that. I need to talk to our other instructor about something kind of important. One sec.
Alright. Beyond. Here's an idea. What if we just walk around, go to the tree line, we spread out a little bit and just walk.
Well, let's think about what we should be looking for before we start combing the entire forest. Dewdrops will typically collect on wider surfaces, so I think we need to find a broad-leafed plant that has a pointed tip that's going to allow the dew to collect and form droplets. Of course, if this was a more mountainous region, we could also look for a spring or a burbling brook.
So, do we have any
There
shovels?
is one
If we're
issue
going
with
to be
that.
digging.
There is one issue with that, though. However, I can actually tell you that dewdrops, unlike the most rainfall and things, actually collect on spindly leaves. Even though that means they must defy gravity to move upward. They have a tendency to accumulate things near pine or sycamore. So,
Well, we could look for both.
If this thing is buried, we have shovels, or are we just gonna dig it up with sticks?
Nothing was mentioned about it being buried.
it was just said to have been hidden.
Just in case it is buried. Oh well.
It is not any slower to dig with sticks. There's enough people.
That a plan? Wait for our instructors.
Do we have to?
Noro, hey, let's weird the children out. Own.
No. I mean, you can if you want to. I'm looking for something.
Bitch, you know I'm a top.
Well, noisy top. I don't care. I'm looking for things.
Fuck yeah. You see, that doesn't do it for me.
I'm not meant to do it for anybody. You want to be the weird
That's
one.
not true. Some women happen to like a very vocal man. I'm not one of them, mostly because I'm a man.
Then
Okay,
why are you
fine.
asking me?
I'm only half orc, so therefore I'm only half a man. I don't know. Just take your shinies and leave.
Our instructors.
I'm currently working on that.
Why did I have to give you variety?
See, you know I'm a simple snake brain. Give me a minute.
I know you're indecisive. It's adorable. Yet you're always very adamant about not wanting to take one of these potions. And I hold up the cursed, very, very ominous, curvy, bottled potion. Man.
You know exactly why.
Tasty!
Yeah, I might be food motivated, but I ain't dumb.
Good.
This is just profiling at this point. How dare.
I mean, it's closer to extortion.
Fionn is going to walk to the side of the house to see, just take a look at the backyard and see where the tree line starts.
The first thing Fionn sees is a very big-ass scarecrow.
Ah,
Made out of a skull of some sort, or with a skull of an animal that seems to have had 2 sets of eye sockets.
interesting.
It would seem our instructors are occupied.
So
Give it
let's
a minute
begin
longer.
searching.
Well, let's search the immediate tree line just to be safe. That way we don't go too far and get ourselves
Christ.
severely injured because we're stupid.
So we don't do the
Fionn?
sleep.
Okay. No, just love you, friend. Bonnie will make kind of like a heart with their hands as they walk over to the tree line.
How many of these boxes can I stack together?
They're counted as separate separate inventory items. Are you talking about the max stack size?
Yeah,
Shit, I can't fit more than 15 in a suitcase, so that's how much you can put.
33 millimeter shells, my guy, but alright.
I have a big suitcase. I say
Fionn will-
suitcase, I meant my flatbed straps and dresser.
Alright, there we go. So, just Kevin's gonna finally stand up. Mother! God, okay,
Oh, they're
sorry.
so good.
No!
he'll
God!
when he looks
also he'll do the same thing that Bonnie had done to Fiona and make a heart. Bye.
when he looks at the front of the house, the kids are all in the backyard now.
It's like,
Nah, they're just gone.
They're
it's
just
alright.
They're off towards the tree
Just
line.
wandering along the tree line, looking around for signs of something.
Slight little sigh of relief. Yeah. Well, loading up some. He'll load up his 3 shot, or what is it? 5 shots or 6 shots? I'm fucking
5.
terrible at this. 5.
Wife.
Wait.
No, is it 4?
4. It goes 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, 4.
4. I'll put a note here
4.
somewhere.
Fire, when you can technically have an extra round in the chamber.
I would not recommend a double load. Don't ever fire with a
What?
squib.
That's how you die.
That's how you banana the barrel.
This is how we all will do the big sleep if Kevin fires.
You changed your cannon to a pipe bomb.
Yeah, the fucking 7 foot of gun steel exploding at once.
What do you mean it's only a 4-round magazine? I can fit 12 in the barrel. No!
Just, ah!
I mean, that's kind of how the shotgun works. You just have a smaller barrel under the barrel. Remember, if you always want to know the mag capacity or the tube capacity of your shotgun, just stick a bunch of rounds down the tube. When they reach the end, that's how many you can safely shoot out before needing to reload.
Not all at once, damn it.
Unless there's a choke on it. Alright.
So, wait, if you had a sawed-off shotgun, but you only sawed off the barrel and left the tube intact...
You'd probably blow your fingers off. Because if you like saw off the barrel of just like a standard pump, but you have like the entire just tube still out there, you'd have to like hold your hand squinched up to you like you would normally. Otherwise, because that means that fresh hot ass gas is just gonna get scattered all in front of it, and maybe you might get like fucking hit with your own pellets all over your thumb or something. It's not a good idea.
It's not a good. Just don't do it.
You'll literally catch a wad to the wrist.
Oh. And if it's a slug, you might get the slug or the sabo to the thumb.
See, you guys are imagining it the smart way. I was thinking you pump it and then you hold it like a fucking pistol.
I mean,
Well, you know, much like you can do what my brother did and learn why you don't try and pistol fire a rifle stock bearing 590A1 from the wrist with no experience.
Bang! Whack!
But much like his the side of his face, you will also realize too late that wasn't the smartest idea.
Just the fucking kick smacks, bitch slaps.
He misunderstood how much kick a high brass 3/4 inch Magnum slug out of a 590 would produce.
the 2 3/4 aren't necessarily the biggest, but that don't mean they won't slap you with the gun.
It's
So in this case, I need to do matching S text item weapon find it.
Okay,
Z9.
Kevin. I guess Kevin will follow along
Oh.
with everybody while you're searching because he's spreadsheeting and has the slow brain on the spreadsheeting.
I'm sorry, it's weird and I like it, but damn it.
I'm sure we'll come up with spreadsheet version 2, which has all of the stats for the character, including like names, race, and stuff.
Maybe okay. Later on when Ivy's actually bored enough to do that.
Or when I'm bored enough
Okay.
to learn how.
So everybody's looking for signs, i.e., like the right types of leaves and stuff. So yeah. Perception.
Okie dokie.
18.
So is that a D100?
Yeah, it's still gonna be a D100. Yeah, definitely.
D100. So I got a 76. And do we add our what is it? A wisdom to it?
You will, because I'm also adding the world's effect to it.
Oh,
Okay,
well, in
so
that
in
case,
that case-
48.
Let's see. Add these two up.
All right. So my grand total was 96. Because she's only got 20 wisdom still.
Womp womp.
79 total.
Ivy's the only one who beat the world on this one.
Damn.
Yep. Okay. Luckily, Ivy managed to find a trail. Not really a trail. It's more like signs of what looks like the right kind of tree that has a little bit of moisture on some of the leaves.
So she'll inspect this for a moment, then she'll look over and be like, "Hey guys, I think I found some dew."
Leon would come over to inspect.
Oh, look at that, dude.
I think it's a sign that we're going the right direction.
It do be do.
Let's see. So, okay, here's this tree.
Do what?
And let's look in a cone for any more trees. Maybe we can find like a line of them or something that has this on it. Does that make sense? Am I talking too fast?
It makes sense to me.
You think the farmer planted the same type of path?
Well, normally that would surprise most of somebody doing that, but the amount of elaborate random things my own father has done, it doesn't surprise me. Not one bit, really.
Fair enough.
More
Yeah.
perception.
More
we,
perception.
should we check under every one of these?
It might not hurt, so check the trees while we search, I suppose.
Okay,
So
dice.
Beatrice gets a 44 plus her 20, for a grand total of 64, which is mediocre.
82 plus 30.
79 again.
Alright. So
So-
Fionn is the one who finds the correct type of tree. And it does seem to be adjacent. Then Naibai can definitely confirm this and also report that neither of these trees have anything underneath them of sort of indicating that there might be something buried here. No disturbed soil other than natural pitter patter of forestry. Couple of angry looking silkworms, but nothing else.
I found silk.
And silk. Leon would walk over.
Like,
Oh, yeah, by the way,
what
there-
stage of growth are these silkworms at?
They aren't at the point at which they can pupate and create silk.
Perfect. Going to pocket them.
They might die if you do that. You know how fragile they are.
But they're going into the inventory, aren't they? Isn't that like kind of this nebulous zero-G space?
You sure you want to put a living entity into the nebulous zero-G space?
Warning: entities. Live
If you
entities
want
will
to-
not maintain.
If you want to, totally fine. There's no guarantee they'll be alive when they come out of the pocket dimension.
Oh, okay. If they put them in like a bottle or something first and then put them into the inventory, is that any better?
I mean, they won't go floating off into the ether and wind up in your other stuff.
It's like, hold on, I have to dump out my inventory and find my pet.
Oh, there's my extra shoe.
I mean,
No, the inventory needs to not maintain actual scaling of live entities when you put one in there. So put in a worm, get out a rideable behemoth. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, you know, I don't
Could be
have
a good
anything to
thing.
put them in right now.
I guess what I can do is make it like Conan Exiles, where if you put like something, like if you put a baby animal that you captured on your other animal, its timer doesn't count down. There's also a reason that me and our friend Mello have like 2 fridges full of animals on Conan, because fridges prevent them from decaying, so we just have them stored there.
What?
Yeah, we have our baby like rhinos and stuff stored in a fridge on Conan Exiles.
Oh.
It's cryo sleep.
Life
So-
is hard in the exiled lands. Okay,
What Beatrice is going to do is she's going to ponder for a moment, and then she's going to swap her clothing for her armor in her inventory.
Okay.
Just like unequip, equip.
All right, because these are so temporarily nude Beatrice aside,
Yeah.
so I will allow you to put the silkworms away as long as they're in something, and I'll be kind here and make it so it has its own unique way of time. That way they don't decay or just die
They're just going to turn your
randomly.
pocket into a silky mess as revenge.
Okay.
Actually,
Oh,
I think
the
much of
sandwich.
her
The sandwich
much
comes
of-
in plastic packaging.
Technically, it comes in tin packaging.
Even better. So,
So I think technically most of Beatrice's stuff can be worn. Her clothing can be worn over a good portion of her armor. Well, her jacket and boot are not boots, but her jacket and belt, I guess, and her shirt can be worn under it. So yeah, so she's gonna do that.
Okay. All right, so
okay. So, Naibai is going to eat their sandwich while they are walking so that they can use the tin foil wrapping as a container for the silkworms.
So, give me one more to see if you can pick up the last little trail of these trees that you're going on.
Kevin is beating from behind. Yet again, but this time because he's fiddling with his armor, just kind of keeping an eye on things.
Did you get your
Okay,
sheet
so I
sorted?
have a grand total of 110.
Yes.
I got 81.
Okay. You've managed to successfully beat the weird. The gasp. And you have found this, in fact, intentional pattern of trees planted sort of adjacent to each other. It's the first one that you found, then about 20 feet away, and then to the left, and then another 20 feet ahead, and off to the right, and so on and so forth, until it started veering more and more right each time, and then straightening back to the left. Very obviously, these are planted by somebody to lead to a specific area, less markers. And there you can find something apparently just started an update. Excusez-moi, what just started an update in the background without my permission?
Oh no, the plants are updating to a higher resolution picture. Everything turns into purple
No.
black boxes.
No.
It just goes wireframe.
Okay,
You can see the
Suddenly
polygons
everything-
subdividing.
you guys blink for a second and swear that the plants all look like weird stabby triangles. Blink again, and then suddenly everything has this pretty tracing of ray light everywhere.
Ooh, God rays.
Followed by a loud
Okay.
chunk and a yelp from Kevin behind everyone. Fucking finger! Ah! He got his finger caught in the breach from that weird visual effect. Just,
Fiona's going to pull up his inventory and equip his bow and the quiver on his back.
So the trees have led you to where the dewdrops fall. And you can see, like, it parts out here. This little following you've continued, or tree path you've followed. And there you can see, about 80 feet away, is what looks like a very small little lake here. And a much larger tree growing over it. And it's a big tree. You have no idea how you didn't see it from the outside. It's very concerning.
Hmm.
But there's definitely some stuff there. Dewdrops growing on it. That's for damn sure. Go away, mouse. Okay, there's a mouse over there. Stop yawning! Okay. I sleep. It's just people won't stop yawning. I can hear it. It's kind of peaceful here. It's an open little grove, calm. You can see this large tree has sort of broad leaves that end in spindly little bits. They're kind of half right and half wrong, both of you. And it has much of the dewdrop, probably because it's coming directly from the lake that's right there. That's just kind of gently putting off moisture, all lake-like.
Have we come across the hot
Let's see.
springs?
I'd like to do a just what is it? I'd like to do a perception roll, just kind of in general, anything standing out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Roll versus the world.
And what am I using as a bonus on that one? Intelligence or wisdom?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
That one's like that there.
It's dome.
160. Fuck me, I'm bad at math.
Use calculator.
224.
Close. Grazing your ass there. Okay. You don't notice anything out of place at first. It looks pretty calm. And you can kind of see it. You can kind of see the face on that, like, tree. It's very kind of curved and bent tree. And you're like, shit. Because you realize currently, Kevin, you're staring at what looks like a sleeping tree creature of some kind.
An ant.
It's not
Ow.
moving. It's very
Um,
calm.
Not every tree creature is an ant.
Kevin will kind of quietly snap his fingers. You know, just kind of a not a full like crack, but a kind of a pop pop with his fingers, holding up a finger to the end of his to his lips.
Beatrice
And point
will
off.
look over and see what he's making all these noises about.
He'll kind of point over to the tree.
And she will turn and look at the tree.
I'll also
Hi.
turn and look at the tree.
The tree looks like a tree at first until Kevin points it out, and then you can kind of see it. It looks like this weird kind of curving, bending shape it has is because it looks like somebody, or rather a large humanoid-esque creature made of wood, tree feature and all, kind of sleeping on their knees, bent over, just tucking their head in towards their chest. That's when you realize that the branches and leaves and everything is coming off of their back. And the wind that's been gently gushing through here is their breath exhaling out the large slits along the sides of what could be guessed as their neck and shoulders.
Currently regretting my choice of ammunition to load up, but you know what? It'll fucking work. Goddamn, make it work.
So this breeze that's blowing through, does it smell like stale air, or is it like fresh, or what?
It's not stagnant. It's a fresh breeze.
Fiona's gonna whisper. Hiding.
It might be.
Where
And
the
so
dewdrops?
Beatrice is going to kind of look around, see if she can see any sign of the particular treasure.
It's my only response.
That's not good.
Well, she gets a grand total of 53.
You succeeded against the world by 1 point. Good job.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, that's a success, no matter what way you look at it.
You
What
I'd
think-
imagine
with her bunny fox eyes.
I mean
the same thing as you insensitive prick. God.
I mean the D100 system isn't meant to be a pass-fail. It's just how well you did.
Yep.
Yes.
If you somehow roll a 0, get a different roller.
You can roll negative numbers even with the base game.
Yeah, especially now. Okay, so you're not really sure much all there currently, but then you can see what looks like it's sleeping over something that's just kind of sticking up out of the water. Whatever it is, it looks a little moss covered, but it is a forest, and moss grows quite quick on anything that's undisturbed here. So perhaps it could be the treasure, or it could just be a log that has a unique shape to it that's taunting you.
Does it look friendly?
You're not sure if this creature is friendly. It's sleeping.
What does does the HUD system show anything for this creature, or is it because it's currently inactive? It's not showing anything.
Well, Kevin can see its information, and it's got a decent level. It's not like a giant one. At least for these guys, it might be a small task. Sitting there with a hefty, 20, 28 on its level.
Just in case Naivai is going to swap the sawtooth of their saw over to cutting edge.
Well,
Feel. I'm gonna see if I can closer. See if I can see anything.
don't get too close. You're not very well suited for getting swapped.
I know. I'm going to be
So-
quiet.
Beatrice is going to move along with him, and she's going to point at this mossy object, and then she's gonna rest a hand on his shoulder and just look up at the creature. Maybe if it wakes up, we can ask it.
Mm,
Obviously, I'm not going to go out of my way to wake it.
I,
For the most part, you don't have to walk quiet until you get about 12 or so feet away. You can audibly hear its slow but deep kind of creaking snore. And you can feel the heat coming with every breeze from it now. Sounds almost like somebody playing wind through a pipe organ.
How
Naivai,
does the whole take action or take or what does it take prepared action thing work?
You prepare an action
All right,
before
Kevin.
combat starts. And
Kevin's
when
gonna aim at the
combat
fucking
starts.
tree. Get ready to blast it in the mouth.
Okay.
Preventative, of course, not antagonistic.
okay. Naivai is going to make their way to a flanking position, useful for either attacking or grabbing somebody who's about to get smushed.
Yes.
All right. Now that you're close enough and you're still approaching closer to it, Fionn in party, I'm going to need from you some stealth throws. Where did Bonnie go? Okay, over there. Good job, Bonnie.
okay, and what will I be using as a bonus for that?
That comes from
It should be in the thing. Let's see. Where is it?
should be your dexterity.
Yeah, it's the
Dex?
things that affect thievery, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Now, would it be one or
Yes.
both of those stats? Because charisma is involved too.
In the case of stealth, it's just dexterity.
Dexterity in this specific case. Okay.
Yeah,
And
like things like pickpockets, lock picking, and sneaking. That's more solely required about
Dexterity and stuff.
dexterity. But any form of a verbal persuasion or just straight up lying and a couple things of speechcraft, that's more charisma.
Okay. All right. So let's see what. That's the wrong program. Beatrice get.
and so I will
Which
I'll
one?
add the total, right? The total of my dexterity to my roll, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. Then 142.
Okay, good to know.
I got a 76.
Okay, good to know.
God damn it. Let's see. Plus 5. I have to time over to the right program. I've got 6 of them open here.
I know the feeling.
I got a total of 164.
Okay. Naibai is the one who kinda technically fails and steps on a twig with a crunch. So there's that ass clinch moment, and everybody realizes this thing is still fast asleep currently.
It's a tree. It probably doesn't give two shits about the world unless directly acted upon.
I mean, we're probably stepping on its roots right now, anyways.
It knows. It just doesn't care.
Okay.
So Beatrice is going to reach over and carefully watching this tree creature. He's going to gently touch the mossy object to see if that wakes.
Just touching it doesn't seem to do anything. Good. It doesn't have a sensitive hyper care behavior over just the moss. You're good on that one, thank God.
Fion is gonna kind of feel along the sides to see if he can find like a handle or something. See if it's like some kind of chest.
Feels pretty solidly mossy.
Meanwhile, on the chemical level, the moss is freaking out, sending out chemical signals through its roots. Hey, I'm being crushed!
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay. Ah, yes. The, you get a, you get a concerning sensation crawling up your spine when you hear the inverse, but you don't hear the expel.
So
Fion
Beatrice
is
is still watching the tree creature.
Okay. It's an uncomfortable sight, but you can see what looks like a bunch of dust kind of starting to fall as it shifts a little bit. It's definitely moving now.
Fion's gonna take his hand away from the moss covered thing and slowly turn his head to look at the creature.
Doesn't seem to be aware that you're, well, technically both of you are underneath it right now, but it does seem to be partially awakened.
We're probably grabbing its dick.
Shut the fuck up!
So Beatrice is going to quietly ask, "Are you awake now?"
it kind of slumps back down after shifting a little bit and goes back to snoring. Though, unfortunately, you can see that this moss covered object, now that it's moved a little bit and given you a couple of rays of sunlight, does seem to be in the rough shape of either a chest or a large box, possibly a small dresser. Can't really tell because it's caked in it.
Mm.
It
I just
does
heard
have.
all I heard is you say mimic twice, so
It has what looks like a very large branch or root attached to it, and that root is running up all the way into what looks like this thing's chest.
Hmm.
does anyone know what the treasure was supposed to be?
The what?
The what?
The item that we are trying to retrieve of this fetch quest.
Nora would have given you the quest, and it's very simple. You're trying to fetch some possible treasure that their grandfather had left for them. They don't know what, but they said it was, well, in this general area, and it was supposedly of some value.
Hmm.
Paltry pay, but you're allowed to keep, each party member is allowed to keep one item within the chest and or treasure trove.
Beyond. We might be in. Might have to be quick, or might have to stay. I'd rather not fight this thing. Just grab it and run as fast as we can.
I'm sure
Like,
that'll wake it.
yeah, but we can just try and slowly branch off it.
We could do that.
Yes, the root that currently is kind of stuck to and sprawled out over the back half of this mossy thing.
Fion is gonna take. He's gonna take one of his arrows and he's gonna slowly slide it under like a thin part of one of the ends of the branch.
Oh yeah, very thin part. Okay, it kind of gets under there. But it's not too hard to get it under there.
He's gonna kind of wiggle the arrowhead so that it's slowly working the slowly working down the branch
Ah,
to
I
see
see.
if he can. You see what he's trying to do? What I'm trying to
Yeah,
do?
it works for about 3 inches,
Mm.
and then the moment you get about where it starts to go from a couple centimeters thick to roughly an inch and a half, and so on. As it gets bigger, the closer it gets to this root. That's about as thick as your skull is round. It kind of gets partially stuck, and you can hear from it and a little bit of shaking and the rustling of leaves.
Don't think it's gonna work.
No, that's not going to happen.
Yes, watching people try to figure out how not to piss off a monster is amazing.
He's gonna pull
So
the arrow
Beatrice
out
is
and
going
put it
to
back
just
in the quiver.
Beatrice is just going to look back up at the tree creature. Don't think we should try to ask politely.
Do you want to wake it up?
Maybe I can do it gently.
Uh, you just look.
Well, I wasn't going to knock. I thought I would be more gentle than that.
Knocking up. Could you imagine if someone woke you up by fucking punching you?
Yeah, exactly.
I was in high school, or I was in yeah, I was in high school. I can attest punching is a good way to wake someone up, just not in a good way.
Exactly. It'll succeed, but not in a way that you like. What are you doing?
Keon's gonna gently pat the thick part of the root that's on the chest.
Definitely responds to that getting touched. Not sure what kind of response you're getting, but it's not angered currently. It's still sleeping peacefully. But it does shift a little bit more here and there.
Oh god, it is its dick.
I really hope not.
But look, maybe if we get it excited, it'll dislodge itself.
Ah, yes, and then we can start with the morning wood jokes.
I mean, you never really know because it is technically a creature of nature and natural magic, and it probably operates off tentacles for all you know because it's a tree thing.
Probably operates off of spores, for all we know.
Yeah, maybe it has a
Please.
spore injector. Who knows?
Maybe.
I was going
God,
to say,
that's
you do know
terrifying.
whose world this is, right?
Oh God, it just shoots you full of mycelium.
We're already pregnant. We just don't know it because none of us have allergies.
Right. Vigorously jotting down notes. Okay, it is thou.
I pulled that on my players once. It's like, yeah, so
Alright,
you
so-
remember that forest, right?
So Beatrice is going to, in fact, she's going to pat its arm instead of the strange branch that is attached to the chest.
Ah, yes, a very deep rumble that kind of makes the ground under your feet tremor a little. And then you can see that it doesn't have 2 or 3 eyes. It just has, one very big eye aligned, vertically on what would be its head. And when it opens up, it has a very amber colored sclera. Well, it looks like a pretty rose red iris that just looks down. That's a big eye, too. That eye is about a foot tall.
That's a big weak
Oh.
point.
Kevin has readjusted his aim.
Kevin will be aiming at the back of it, though, because it has shifted itself slightly off cue. So,
Big boogits. We'll make this work.
I just love having knowledge of how thick this type of tree's wood is.
Oh, yeah.
It's worth noting, Dark,
Yeah?
the tree has a very light gray color to the bark.
Oh.
It's relevant. It's relevant in the world of botany.
Yes, it is.
No, when people are like, that's a stupid tree. Botanists be like, run here, don't go in there, he behind the door. Botanist. Herbology, whatever the G. Okay.
Normies be like, trees are boring. Botanists be like, if you touch that, you're going to die.
Pretty much.
So it's responded to being touched, and it's staring right at Beatrice.
She's going to ask it softly and politely. We were sent by the owner of this chest to retrieve it. May we please have it?
Dice roll says.
Doth Beatrice
It is-
speaketh tree language?
Does she speak Trianese?
So there's your response, is a long grumbling.
And so she's going to frown thoughtfully. Then she's going to look over at the chest thing and point, and then she's going to look back at the tree thing.
It'll point at the chest thing, and then point at itself, and then point at the root connecting to it and the chest that runs up to its chest. It's connected at the chest with the chest.
Hmm.
And she's going to look once more at the chest and just, did you come from that?
Okay, so it's the moving. It's sitting up and sinking down into the comfy water beneath it.
Quick, open the chest and run.
And the chest is partially submerged in the same water it's in. But thankfully, it didn't squish the two of you as it did that. It is,
Yeah.
however, scooping up a very enormous amount of mud in its hands. And it's going to kind of slap it down on the little shore and use a finger. Very slow. It's a tree. What do you expect? Scraping out letters in response. And eventually spelling out the word home.
Oh, is this your home?
No, it wants to go home.
And so she's going to ponder for a moment. Are there objects inside it?
You know, rub around a little bit more. And then it'll just draw a very disfigured shape, but it's a symbol of a heart.
And then she'll ask, is there anything else?
Not very good at drawing, but it kind of looks like some sort of sword, possibly an axe of some kind, and some sort of stick. You're not sure, and also another box.
I mean, would you be able to draw your contents if you didn't know what they looked like?
Right?
And so she'll nod slightly at the little drawings and she'll look once more at the tree creature and she'll be like, may we have those? And leave the heart.
And has wrote out the word no.
And so she'll kind of frown thoughtfully.
You know, I gotta wonder how many visitors this tree gets to know the basic language enough to write it.
True.
Well, or 3 or 4.
Shut up.
And we're sent here to get the box because the person that left its grandfather left it for them. He leave you as well.
And it has written out yes in the mud before wiping it away with its hand.
Are you guarding the box?
And I'll write out another yes and then wipe it away with its hand.
Ask it how it knows to speak the language. Do it.
I'm thinking, and he's gonna look at B. What if we brought him as well?
You wanna uproot an entire tree?
I'm pretty sure he can move.
You've just written the words, I walk.
See, he walks. So, oh, I got an idea. if you come with us and you give the box to the person you left's grandson, since it rightfully, well, it belongs to you and him, I'm guessing, so that you can still have your home and he can have all the things that his grandfather left him.
Eh, Yes, I like this system. These very slow, very large, kind of elementary looking letters that it can write with, of just letting you know that it can't leave. And it continues to write, won't leave.
Is there something we can do in exchange for those items?
It has actually written it doesn't know. And it's wrote
Beyond.
they were his.
And
Well,
she'll nod a few times.
what if Fion's gonna kind of sit or take a knee down beside the chest? Just kind of thinking.
Hmm. Kevin's
Because
going to unprepare. Just gonna he's just gonna stop taking aim and just kind of plop down on a nearby. I'm going to assume there's a stump nearby. He's gonna plop down onto just.
Something to sit on at least.
Yeah, something.
Now you're sitting on the dick.
Damn
the person's grandson, person that left the box here, his grandson wants these items because he says his grandfather left it behind. I'm pretty sure he might not know about you.
And he wrote he doesn't. That he never brought him. Said he wouldn't understand.
Understand what?
Me.
So he wouldn't understand this creature, but their grandfather left them a note saying to go find it.
Maybe he wanted you to meet?
From the distance off that Kevin's sitting up, well, was sitting ready. What's his name?
What's your name? I may ask.
He wrote, and his name was Spruce.
Spruce.
Of course.
Heh.
Bonnie's the only one that's thought, oh, okay. Maybe he wouldn't understand him then. But he's been here a while, obviously. Maybe he wanted him to know about it when he was an adult so he could more reasonably understand him. That
Mm,
that I guess makes sense somehow.
Yeah,
uh,
that's what I was thinking. Maybe he would want him to meet him.
Ask what it is.
oh,
But
I have an idea.
we don't actually know what it is. It could be like
No, but
some kind of unborn fetus tree thing. I don't know.
no, but I've got an idea. Uh, Bonnie or Beatrice, would one of you accompany me back to the farmhouse I've got an idea. What? Because the farmer said that he wasn't able to come here because he has children. What if one of us were to stay at the farm, watch over the kids, and the other brought him here?
You think
I
he's
was
just
thinking
gonna
that
trust
too,
a bunch of
actually.
strangers with weapons?
Have
Even
you
the
got any
large,
better ideas?
even the spruce
Yep.
said that's a bad idea. He
Oh,
said, see, he's writing slightly smaller because he's writing a longer sentence saying that his owner never brought Son because Son was too small, scares small child. Spruce doesn't want to scare small children.
well, he's not a child anymore. He's fully grown. He's an adult. And I'm pretty sure that we could keep an eye on him. And I'm sure that he wouldn't be scared if we just explained.
Well, it's up to you guys. He can't decide for you. He's a tree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Funny.
mind going back, but don't you want somebody to stay here in case a tree needs to get hit with a tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin doesn't look
Well,
like he's very fast.
No, this shit's heavy, and I kind of want to sit here a minute.
all right. I'm not good with kids.
Well, don't look at me.
Fine, I'll go. So Beatrice and everyone else can stay here.
Right.
Ah,
Fion will look a bit
lazy.
Bruce. We will be right back.
You can hear that thudding. It does, in fact, have a heart in that chest.
Fion will stand up and who said that he was going with?
Bonnie.
Bonnie? Okay. Shut up. Leave me alone. You will walk back
Notebook.
to the farmhouse with Bonnie
Only
and
things about Dick and games. Okay. You're back at the farmhouse with Bonnie.
and knock on the back door since it's the closest door.
The back door is opened by a small child.
Yeah. Oh, hello there, wee one. Can we see your pa?
It's so weird out the door.
Oh, that's nice.
They're not weirdos, they're adventurers. I hope they're not weirdos.
Oh no, sir. Might we have a word with you for a minute? We found something quite interesting.
Go be with your sister. I'm not leaving my house because I don't trust random people. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Well, we found a box, but there is a very large tree creature that grew out of the box, and its heart is in the box.
Okay.
And uh, we would like you to come with us so you could get all the things that are in the box out, but we could leave its heart and the box there because it says your grandfather put it there and never brought you because uh, it didn't want to scare you.
I did always talk about woodland friend. I just thought he meant like a deer or something.
Yeah,
Or
his
at
name
the
is
most a
Spruce.
wildebeest. I'm sorry, his?
Well, its name is Spruce.
A tree creature with a name?
Aye.
A treacher, if you would. I was just thinking that.
A creature, possibly even.
Okay. But I can't leave them.
Well,
They're at that age where they like to play with knives.
my associate, my Bonnie, could watch them.
I'll watch them because he's too lazy to watch little kids.
No,
Yes, you are.
no, I'm not.
Don't try to say I'm just not good because you're just too lazy.
Uh,
No civility. No civility at all.
did you see where I was raised?
My dad was a farmhand.
Yeah.
Well, that's some personal things that the two of you have to work out, so I'm going to trust you with them. Please don't hurt my daughters, or I will pay you to have a bigger adventurer kill you. I wonder what a bigger adventurer's thumbs feel like.
Right, well, this way, sir. Fionn would lead the gentleman back to the place.
Oh my, there's a lot of trees. My feathers.
He's a bird. He should be just at home in the trees.
Now when they get
In
caught
the
in a
trees.
branch,
And you just see Fionn, like, getting a twig stuck in his mane, just like, eh.
It's like, oh no, it's not tiny anymore.
This is not grassland, Savannah. Ah!
Ah!
there we go.
Ambiance.
Yeah.
This is Spruce.
Oh my god, it's huge!
Aye. He's quite friendly.
Writing in his mud. Just wrote hi.
The, this is the grandson we were telling you about. Sir, this is Spruce.
Your current hire or employer is very curious. He's staring at the mud. Don't call me that. I am not Little Beak anymore. But are little, therefore Little Beak. It's interesting though. He actually does kind of have like a sort of a jumbled, like a mixture of text because he doesn't really know grammar, but he knows some numbers and letters and what they are and how some of them can sound like words on their own. So
Mhm.
it's there, the letter for little. It's kind of like text speech.
It's kind of like leet speak.
Not really.
More text speak than
I know.
Yeah, more like early 2000s text message.
Oh god, no.
Back when you used to get charged for the letter.
Yeah. Listen, all he can manage is this, all right? The fact that you're having a giant tree creature talk to you at all.
It's impressive.
How do you know words? You're a tree. Oh, okay. So he talked to you a lot. Every day. He could. What do you mean he could? Was an adventurer. Dangerous job. retiree. Okay, I get the gist of it. I understand. I don't understand all of it, but I understand. And the chest was mine? And you were to keep it safe? And these people didn't immediately kill you, so I guess that's shows a good moral compass? Possibly. Um, they're all just standing there, though, quiet, and it's concerning me.
I'm just trying to be polite.
Hey, we're just letting you and Spruce sort things out.
You can talk. It's not like you don't. He's a tree.
I suppose you have a point there.
Aye.
I just like to watch.
Aye, she's a lady of few words.
Spruce just. In what way?
Not in the way most seem to hope.
She seems morbid. Okay, well.
She just kind of points to the nub and lack of arm.
The tree knows puns.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
It does its best to scratch out need hand.
Well, that's not a pun. That's an actual joke. It's not a good one.
Who knows? Maybe he can sprucing up your day.
That's a pun. Take pun damage.
Take
Kevin.
in the form of somebody's hand to the back of your head.
You cannot escape pun damage. If there's no one
What
around, something will happen to cause it.
Minus 1
Kevin has
HP
needed
for
a
every
stick.
chuckle.
Oh no,
I hope you were keeping track.
I wasn't.
You're still chuckling.
39.
Stop laughing.
I
Why are you laughing?
can't believe
56.
Kevin has opted to throw a stick. A small one, but a stick nonetheless.
Okay. You take 56 damage. True damage, straight to your health for pun damage.
Ouch.
I learned that trick from my brother. Just whenever someone starts laughing, stop laughing! Why are you still laughing?
Yeah. Okay. So, when Spruce does inevitably help open the chest, there is in fact what looks like some sort of heart in there. And it's kind of got like a very thin cellulose wrapping around what would be muscle with a very fresh woody structure for the housing of the heart. And it does pump very slowly, but it does pump. It doesn't have to pump very fast considering that it looks like it's pumping in the gallons per minute rate.
It's just very big.
Damn, this thing is really fucking integrated with its location.
But you can see what looks like a very small box wrapped up in some stuff that I'm not sure we could even get it open in there. And it looks like a bunch of minor weapons and a little bit of armor and some coin purses and such.
Yeah,
And a
yeah,
bag of scrolls.
that's all interesting and stuff, but if they're pumping gallons of water, that means we're right over a spring, so this moat is like fresh water.
Sorta, yeah.
I like how all of the things I'm interested in as a character are the things you're just kind of like, yeah, world building, I guess.
I mean, I know what I'm doing here. I'm just glad somebody's interested in it. See, there's a reason you can't move the chest.
It's because he needs that water.
Yes. And all this rusty ass shit that's in here, it doesn't matter to him. It's the fact that this has been containing water for his heart. His heart absorbs the water, then pumps it up through his veins.
I mean, plants need iron too, but maybe not this much.
No,
Yes, but there's iron producing bacteria in the water.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of bacteria that are very important for keeping any plant alive. Just the
Yeah, he gets
frickin'
all the iron and other sediments that he needs, but the main thing is the water.
Well, the reason the water is important is because it acts as a transfusion layer between the plant giving carbon to bacteria and bacteria
I'm
giving
aware how the water works
biochemicals.
in a plant, but you need water more than anything else because most plants will also diffuse the oxygen and the carbon
yes, they
out
lose
of
a lot of water breathing.
Yeah.
it a lot.
So Beatrice is going to carefully assist in the extraction of the various objects that are in the way.
Leon would help.
And then
Gently
once all
carving
of
some
this is
things.
done, she'll say, "There, now you have more room to grow in there."
Naibai will make sure the farmer is like okay. That they're like, actually handling this healthily.
They're quite fascinated because they happen to they are a farmer, but they also happen to be very interested in trees and plants. That's really fascinating. How are you this fascinating? No wonder he got you. You're a marvel of the natural world. It's like your entire body is grown to be an efficient plant. You produce dew and all manner of things. Wow.
I don't think I've ever known a plant to be inefficient.
I don't know. Venus flytrap.
Okay,
No,
that's
they're very efficient. Think of how
Yeah,
much
that's
food
true.
they don't get.
Yeah, true.
They will also yomp anything, so it's not like they're not trying.
Yeah.
you gotta be
Uh,
pretty efficient to just completely ignore the nutrients in the soil. It's kind of like, nah, fuck that
I mean,
meat.
yeah.
Well, they do it because there aren't any in that particular kind of soil.
Exactly.
I just love it. It's just like, nah, I'm gonna be a carnivore. It's 8. Should we stop?
That's up to you guys. I'm gonna be awake all night, but I know Ivy needs to go get like dinner, and Dirg needs to get work sleep.
Yeah, dinner will probably be soon, but we can probably wrap up and stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll wrap
can
up.
Wrap up here.
So, there seems to be what looks like you don't know what they are because they tried their best to keep the water damage from happening because whoever put this all here. But they're wrapped up in a cloth and stored in a little box of their own design. Seems to be some sort of sword. You're not sure what kind. Possibly an axe or possibly a hammer. You don't know. It's a very heavy box, though. You're not sure what exactly it is. It's just kind of like a long box, possibly a stick. Undetermined. There is a box, a very small little square box, but that is something that the farmer takes because he recognizes his family's crest wrapped around that. And what else is in there? Bag of scrolls is in there. Could be useful information. Noro comes along conveniently enough to take his one piece, which is the bag of scrolls. I really do. Information for me.
But
I help, by the way.
how'd you get here so
Uh,
fast?
Because I know where everything is all the time.
And you didn't tell us.
Why would I? What's the fun in that?
About that time, Kevin would also walk up and nick a coin purse. Yeah, this is the price of supervisory and training.
Okay, this thing's here.
Oh.
Ooh, I know a
Theon.
certain professor that will like a lot of these scrolls. He'll pay me for them too. Ching, payday.
Theon's gonna take the one that looks like a stick. What this?
Okay,
Perhaps we should take a look inside these packages before we decide which one we want.
you may want to slow your roll on that one, champs. You're gonna need help. Those are sealed, as in sealed by a professional who likes to keep them things private. And I really don't like messing with seals. They hurt my fingers, so I opt out of opening them. So
So once
So
we get the object figured out, then we can probably decide.
yeah, there you go. You can take them back to the guild. We have people who can crack them open like that.
alright, I'll carry this one.
Things got to be identified first, sometimes too. So if they have to be identified, that also is a secondary thing. But regardless,
Oh,
Ta-ta-ta.
I'm gonna go get Bonnie. I'll watch the little children. She picks out her one thing.
Nah, it's fine. Just and he'll grab what some sort of odd thing. It looks like an a very uniquely shaped box of some kind. It's got like a looks like a shackle connecting two locks. Hmm. Well, this is hers. So saith me. As a senior ranked adventurer here, I don't care.
I suppose I could carry the sword-shaped one, but I think we should decide once we've figured out what everything is.
Aye.
So what's left in the box now?
A lot of coin purses.
And the axe box, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we're all just
Kevin's
taking
gonna-
one item each?
Yep. And there's what looks like possibly a shield and or breastplate. You're not sure because that's also meticulously covered in a box. The person that put all this in here was partially evil.
Uh... Items could be enchanted, but coin purses are just straight money. Can I weigh the items before I make a decision? Just kind of like guesstimating.
You may.
Alright. I would like to pick up and it just kind of quickly so that I'm not taking up everyone's time. Just kind of shake each of the coin bags and listen to them to see if I can tell what kind of coins are in each of them.
Somebody thought ahead. Whoever put all these coinages in here. All the bags feel the same weight. And it sounds like there's the same amount of coins in there.
Alright. And the...
Definitely left by an adventurer.
Yeah.
Because he knows exactly what peeves off other adventurers.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, and the box with potentially a breastplate or shield in it, how does that feel?
Heavy.
It feels fairly heavy. So it can either be a thick shield or a good sized breastplate. If you could put it on, your chest is easier to tell. It doesn't feel too heavy to use on hold with a single arm for a period of time. It does feel like it'd be a little uncomfortable.
Oh,
So I'm
then
getting
no,
both
she's
natural.
definitely gonna leave that alone. She likes being able to dart around. She's gonna take the money.
Ooh, you get to gamble and see what you found.
No, the screen's turning off.
Mine did that a couple of times. But I gotta go. Dinner's ready.
All right. Well, you guys will be going back to the guild, and then next session we'll turn it in. You'll get your cred. I'll try and explain how your inter-guild credits work, stuff like that.
Okie dokie. So I
The
guess I
best part
can
is we didn't disappoint the
find
DM.
out.
Oh, I'm sure we did.
I was expecting there to be a fight. That's why I made you a decently hardy first enemy. But I am proud to see that people are willing to use their brains before their brawn. The best part
I
is
mean-
about
I have to
completing.
be charming and sweet.
You know the best part about completing quests like this without killing things?
You don't die.
You don't die, but also all quests grant flat rate XP to make up for XP lost by going peaceful.
Hmm,
Sweet.
Granted, that XP is usually split between the party.
fair enough.
I gotta go. I'll catch you soon.
Goodbye, friend. My
Goodbye,
legs are asleep.
friend.
Help! His legs fell asleep. Ah!
That's what happens when you DM for 4 hours.
I'm comfy though. I'm happy. Don't mind me,
Quick! Somebody poke him!
bro. My toe is like blue as fuck. I can see it from here.